Good morning, everyone. My name is Salar Degani, and today I and my classmates, Tyler and Ethan, are going to share with you our finding on the topic observational learning in the music masterclass, specifically from the work of Elizabeth Haddon. Picture this with me. A guitarist is sitting in the park and he's watching a street performer playing a mesmerizing riff. After that, the guitarist of our story goes home and without any formal instruction start to replicate that melody. And of course, he put his own twist on it. How it's possible? This is exactly the power of observational learning. Observational learning, as Bandura described, is the process of learning skills or knowledge simply by watching others. It is fundamental not just to music but to how we learn in everyday area of our life. Our presentation today is inspired by Haddon's study on observational learning in music masterclass. The research highlights how observing others enhances performance techniques, encourages critical thinking, and fosters creativity in musicians. In this presentation, we will explore the foundation of observational learning in music, its applications in mentor-learner relationships, and its role in transforming education and performance. Let's begin by understanding why this concept is so central to music. By saying that, I give the floor to my friend Ethan to go over the background with you in more depth and details.
So to begin talking about the origin of observational learning, observational learning is acknowledged as a fundamental method of acquiring learning-related skills. An example of this observation is known as vicarious learning, where four skills are involved according to Bandura. These skills are in discriminative observation, memory and coding, coordinating audiomotor and sensorimotor systems, and judging probable consequences for matching behavior. These four skills are believed to be altered through observational learning. This foundation of vicarious learning is used as a baseline to future research studies, such as the one we'll be looking into today. From the scientific aspect of observational learning, fMRI has been used to find areas that are related to observational learning. So brain is stimulated when observational learning. The main area is in the intraparietal sulcus and the parietal lobe. Mirror neurons also fire in the brain in response to observing the actions of another, which allow the viewer to understand the intent behind the action. These studies indicate humans are able to learn through observation and empathetic understanding. In terms of skill acquisition, observational learning has been utilized in multiple career development fields such as teaching, counseling, and music therapy training. In these types of training, a positive relationship between the learner and a mentor has proven to be important, such as through the validation of a mentor or praise of any kind. That's from Blair 2008. This is an example of empathetic understanding that mentioned in the previous slide, where the connection between the mentor and a learner is very important into having this positive form of observational learning. Skills that can be enhanced through mentor-learner relationships include confidence, subject understanding, and a decrease in anxiety.
Hey guys, I'm Tyler, and today we'll be discussing observation within musical skill learning. So, observational learning relates to one's musical skill ability because a lot of times it involves a master-apprentice relationship, which is, where the master, someone with a lot of experience, tries to, pass down their experiences and their learnings to their apprentice, someone with a lot less experience. And it's also very important that, these two, either within a one-on-one setting or a classroom setting, have a good relationship, because that means you'll be able to take their words with more weight and kind of view what they're saying as more of constructive criticism rather than them coming at you. So, this type of observational learning, viewing someone with a lot of experience is extremely beneficial. And, once again, it's also very helpful to have some sort of a relationship with this person.
In terms of observation in music masterclass, there are 6 main aspects of observational learning. Observe interactions between the master, student, and audience. Consider the teaching methods and if they are generalized. Examine if the master uses elements from instruction that relates to other areas of practice. Notice how often the master refers to the professional experience. Consider the importance of supplemental material, and observe subsequent masterclass performances to see how the student relates what they have learned. So how mastery improves. Masterclass audience can learn concepts and rules that can be utilized in problem solving. Hank in 2008. The degree of learning relates to audience members' individual proficiency. So the higher the level, the more likely they'll be able to learn from subtle instructions. The intentions of the instructor can also affect how the student develops, such as if the instructor wants them to go a certain way, the students will often respond in that way. Time back to earlier, positive connection between the master and audience leads to a more effective interaction. Lastly, in terms of student feedback, masterclass students believe that peers who did not attend masterclass might feel unsure how to learn through others. Kinesthetic or tactile learners may prefer to be actively playing and internalizing information. Prior experience in masterclass are more likely to learn through observation, which shows that masterclass observational learning should happen in multiple attempts. Females were more likely than males to learn through observation, and teachers who emphasized the value of masterclass learning to observing students had increased development for observational learning.
All right, now we'll be discussing the study itself, the findings, and a bit of an analysis overall. So a study was conducted in England. I believe it was at the University of York, and it was where students attending 2 music master classes, which is just where you observe extremely talented musicians and performers, and you just see what you can make of yourself there. So they were then asked to fill out a questionnaire, and it included, please state whether you played an instrument or you were a singer, your classification, freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, and then a couple more. And then some of the responses from the students pertaining to these questions. Observing another performer makes me more aware of what I do physically when performing, because, when performing, keeping your stamina and everything and kind of moving the least amount possible is pretty ideal. So, then another one in terms of bowing technique, watching those with a stronger technique has helped me to improve my own. And then before these students attended any of these master classes, they had not previously discussed learning in the observational sense. They kind of just always went by the book and, went from their notes. But after experiencing it, they now prefer to learn this way. Maybe just because it's strictly observational and they don't have to think so much into it about the count and everything. Some people just, have a talent of just observing someone and then it kind of just clicking better that way. So